I feel like this team is riding under the radar a little bit. No one really knows who this Washington Commanders team is. They got rid of so many guys, but then they brought in so many guys, and yet one of the big names is obviously the quarterback. They selected number 2 overall. Jayden Daniels is now the starter. Are we surprised? Is this just part of the process? Because before it was like, oh, we're not going to play him until he's ready or this. And it's like, all right, look, he showed us enough. He's the starter. How did that process go in him being named the starter?
Well, let me just say, I'm kind of happy, at least initially, that this team is under the radar, because the last 3 and 4 years, they were way above the radar for all the wrong reasons.
Oh, yeah, I got you.
So I'm happy to have a little bit of normalcy here in town. But yeah, no, but look, this Jayden Daniels thing, the minute he was drafted, I think it was pretty clear he would be the guy, barring, some poor transition to the league. They brought in Marcus Mariota to have a veteran, a responsible move, but clearly Daniels is the better quarterback, not just in the future, but right now watching this unfold in practice. And, Dan Quinn's talking about competition. This really is, it's more than just a buzzword in camp. This is really what he is preaching across the board, because they're not just simply bringing in some new players. They're trying to reshape the entire tone of this organization that hasn't won a playoff game since 2005. So in the case of Daniels, I think he just didn't want to declare a starter, knowing that he wants to see other people battle at other positions. But it's been pretty clear for a while that Daniels would be the guy. For most of training camps, he's been getting the first team reps. He started both of the preseason games. And again, frankly, he just is better. And he's been really on target with a lot of deep throws. The staff has been really impressed with his decision-making in the pocket and where to throw the ball. And he's also been a pretty good guy in the locker room. There's no diva vibes at all. Right. He's just one of the team. And he's checked all the boxes, but they wanted to make sure they went through every box, not just rush the process.
So now we've got Caleb Williams will be the starter week 1. Jayden Daniels will be a starter week 1. Bo Nix now the starter in week 1 as well. They've all hit the milestones that they needed to see from their head coach. But I feel like we don't talk enough about their offensive coordinator in Washington, Kliff Kingsbury, former head coach of the Arizona Cardinals. We know about his college background as well. What is this offense now going to look like? What have you seen so far from practice and even the early parts of preseason that this offense can look like, led by Jayden Daniels?
So it's a big question for sure. And obviously, one thing the staff knows is their big advantage coming into the year is that people don't know exactly what's going to happen, because everything is very different. But that said, Kliff Kingsbury is not going to completely change what he did in Arizona and in college. A lot of up-tempo offense, a lot of 2, 3, 4 receivers. They'll have shots down the field, and Jayden Daniels works perfectly as that sort of read option quarterback that goes with this sort of fast-breaking offense. That said, we haven't really seen much of, other than the up-tempo part and the formations, the routes have been under wraps. They are barely throwing the ball down the field at all in the preseason. They've also got a pretty good run game in Brian Robinson and Austin Eckler, and it's not going to surprise me at all if they lean hard into that duo, both to help Daniels, get acclimated as a rookie, and also there are questions on the offensive line, particularly at tackle. So again, I think he's going to go up tempo. I think he's going to move his receivers around a bit more than people might think, but we'll see what happens when the games turn real. But it's a real chance to be a fun offense, especially if Daniels can get going quickly. And I don't see why he's not going to be able to do that.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.